Listen to the beautiful sound of the waves. Not the cars. LOL. I have to say, this is my favorite place to come and stop and hang out for a while. It brings me peace. Helps me clear my mind, my soul, and my spirit. I just want to share a couple things. Sorry about that I experienced this time on this latest trip. It'll be 5 days. There's 3 of my babies. I think you can see them. We're out for a walk. At any rate, I'm going to turn this around. It's me, Lucy. And what I wanted to share is that I've been preparing, planning, stage, saving for 3 years now to start my van life by choice. Become a nomad or a van lifer or whatever you want to call it. I've also always wanted to have a home base, a tiny home for me would be the best thing. And so I've been in the planning stages of this. And I've taken several trips, anywhere from 3 to 5 days out, just going different spots, boondocking, and trying it out, seeing if I liked it, seeing what I thought. I knew I could do it because I did it before. I actually used to be a camp host with my ex-husband. We did that for a season, a long season, up in Big Bear in the mountains, in the forest, and it was wonderful. It was the best experience ever. My grandkids came along. It was awesome. But at any rate, and then another thing is I did stay in my motorhome at my parents' while I was caring for them for almost 5 years. So I'm not afraid of this. I'm actually looking forward to it now that my parents have passed on, and I feel like it's time for me. Although I took a little delay because my brother got sick. He's a quadriplegic, and I stayed on to take care of him, and that's where my travel trailer, which is now my permanent home, it's not parked on his property. But I still want to move on and travel now that he's doing better. So I just wanted to say that I'm having a super difficult time this time out. It'll be 5 days. I'm having my van rebuilt from all the errors of the so-called van builder that was supposed to build out my van and the errors that he created. And so I'm finally getting them all taken care of. So my van is not fully put together still, but sorry about that, even less than it was before. But I have my bed platform, and I have one of those air mattresses from REI, and my fridge and my solar and everything I need. Anyways, I have never felt so unsettled and uncomfortable and just not centered as I have on this trip. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the rebuild. I don't know if it's trying to decide what am I going to do, where am I going to go. I do have plans. I just haven't put them to work. I turned around, and because I'm shuffling dogs, I had to make sure everybody made it for the turn. They're behind me. I don't know if you can see them. Anyways, I spilled coffee about 15 times the first night in the van. Water. Just everything seems very overcrowded. I don't have the cubby holes that I normally have because, sorry, my bench is out. that has my storage. I do have the garage storage, but it's hard to get to until we put the hinges on there for me to be able to get under it and access it without having to open my back door. And so forth. But I really have felt unusually unsettled, and I don't know why. Has anybody gone through this before? I'm absolutely thrilled and excited to take this trip. I just turned 64. I'm really ready to take these road trips, is what I'm calling them, just to start my journey. My plan is to end up in Ohio to visit my son for a little, and then from there I'm going to head on to Canada once the borders open. My rescue partner, whom I've worked with for years, I was in dog rescue, and she lives out there, and then I can go and see Canada. I'm really excited about that. But have any of you felt lost when you first started out? Again, I'm not full-time yet, but I am full-time now in my travel trailer, parked on my brother's property, where I'm absolutely not comfortable. It's not my favorite place to be. I love my family, I love my brother, but I'm not used to the chaos. And I'm wondering if I brought that with me, with all the chaos and the unsettling feeling. Anyways, again, I'm Lucy. A lot of people don't understand my Facebook or my page name. It's Lucy's VÁNdalé, like Van and Ándale, and I just put it together. So my van, let's go, Ándale, VÁNdalé. Anyways, but you know, I've worked the corporate world. I retired from an awesome job. Well, I actually got sick, but I medically retired when I was 42. So for a lot of years now, I've had medical things and that, but it never stopped me. I still was very active in animal rescue for years. That's why I have 5 senior Chihuahuas left. 6 months ago, lost my Rottweiler, who was my partner in crime, my buddy, my soulmate, and maybe that's why I'm feeling it now. It's just knowing he's not here on those days or nights that I feel a little unsettled. I know protection is something I have to keep in mind, and I do. Safety is something we have to keep in mind, as all travelers, not just women, but men too. And I do keep that conscientious. But my curiosity is, when you just started out, did you feel lost, or were you in the euphoric state and then it hit you at some point later? I'm just curious, and I am going to upload this. My tendency is not to, because everything has to be perfect in my mind, and that's why I haven't even started posting too many things. I've got pictures for my van build, my re-van build or new van build. It's really coming along awesome, and it'll get there. Should be done in a couple weeks, and then my sisters and I are taking a trip out to Arizona to see my one sister, and then we're going on to Sedona because I can't handle the heat. And anyways, thank you for listening to me. I know this isn't like one of the professional YouTube shots that people do, but I'm not out for perfection. I'm doing this because I'm me, and because I want to show what it's like to travel with several rescue dogs who each have their own personalities, have their own issues, their own insecurities. Some are totally fine, some are, watch, not wanting to. There she is. She just wants to stand and enjoy the fresh air and the sun. That's my cookie girl. This boy here is terrified. He's a rescue. He's a rescue from a friend of mine. And I took him on because he's so fearful. And he was confiscated from the last people she adopted him to. So I have him. This is my fear biter who bit me when I first rescued him many years ago. And he put me in the hospital for 4 days. But that's okay. He loves me now. And they're all attached at the hip. And I have 2 more sweeties inside the van. There's my van. Anyways, thank you for listening. I know, how can I relax with all this loud noise? But truly, once I get in my van and if I sit at the door, you don't hear it as much. I have pretty good insulation and sound deadening in it, that it's really my little cubby hole, my little private place. It's my haven. But like I said, this time it hasn't felt that way. And again, maybe it is the removing of or changing out my build and making it into something new. And then, I don't know, just coming out here knowing that I'm close to the time of when I'm going to go full time. Thank you for listening. Again, I apologize for all the noise, but to me, this is it. I love SoCal. Born and raised. It's a beautiful place, but I look forward to seeing other places in our beautiful country. Take care.